Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be talking with you today. Today, I'll be sharing my testimony about how God changed my life. I'll start at the beginning when I was very young. Since I've been young, I've always had a love for God. I think largely due to my grandmother, who was an absolute saint. She's one of those true Christians that always loved people, took care of people. Anyone who've met her, you know exactly what I mean. She's one of those rare people. So early on, I've had deep love for God. But as I became a teenager, I slowly, as most people do, I slowly started to drift away from God. Still have a deep love for God, but my conception of God changed. Instead of being a personal, loving God, I saw God as more of a Thomas Jefferson version of God, where he was created a perfectly ordered universe and then just stepped away and watched from a distance. And so I became more focused with being good and good conduct, which for a time worked well for me, but soon I eventually became very obsessive compulsive, and not just like, oh, that thing's at a place, it bugs me. More of I had to constantly wash my hands. I had to turn the light switch on and off exactly 3 times and do other arbitrary rituals where I felt like bad luck would come upon me. And I also, it was around this time that I became very, it's best described as a state of melancholy. I was neither happy nor sad, um, which I now know seems to be a form of depression, to my understanding. Although, if you asked me at the time, I would have said, "Oh, I'm good. There's nothing wrong." But in hindsight, looking back at it, I could see no, it was a deeply unhealthy way of being, um, devoid of kind of real joy in life. Like at school, I stopped talking to people unless asked direct questions. Stopped laughing. Kind of thought emotion was a weakness, and I wanted to be taken as a irrational person as being taken serious. It was also around this time again that I started to consider myself transgender. Um, I didn't like my body and wanted a new one essentially, and I was obsessed with the fantasy of transitioning. Although, I hid this very well from friends and family. I didn't want my perception of being a perfectly good person to be tainted. When I got to university, I became deeply interested in philosophy, especially existential philosophy, like with Sartre, Nietzsche, Kierkegaard, diving into questions about purpose and meaning in life. It was challenging material, but I really enjoyed it. I remember there was one night when I went home to stay with my dad for a night. Um, I was watching some just terrible B movie. Like I felt like it was a complete waste of time to watch it. Afterwards, I wonder what just spent an hour of my life on that, which got me thinking about these deep questions about purpose and meaning in life. And I remember standing at the top of the stairs looking out the window. I want to really know what were the answers of life. So I asked God, if you exist, show yourself to me. As soon as I had said that, a smoke detector went off above my head. It was filled with this incredible love that just flowed over me. It's the most incredible experience. And in that moment, I knew God was real. Not just some far off God, but a personal God that really loved me and cared about me. Oh, that makes all the difference. It was such an incredible experience. And to tell you, if you want to know God, just ask him directly, and he'll let you know. Treat him like any relationship. You got to first start by talking to them. And then after that, things got better. My obsessive compulsiveness went away. I started to love who I was again. I loved my body. I didn't need to change. Felt joy in life again. Before I was kind of empty, and I felt like that life and spark and love for being alive came back. Learned to laugh again. Since then, I've always had like a feeling of joy in me, even through hard times. We'll still face hard times. But everything's better when you have God by your side. I'm just happy to share my experience, and I'm so grateful that God was willing to reveal himself to me in such a powerful, personal way. I'm completely unworthy, and I'm a broken person, but he still loves me anyways. I'm so grateful that God revealed himself to me and overfilled with his joy. I'm so glad I get to share it with you today. That's my story. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps someone. May God bless you all. Have a great day.